Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 3 minutes. For those of you that are maybe new to these videos, when I say live, what I mean is that this is not a situation where I've already recorded everything and now I'm coming back and doing a voiceover or some sort of post commentary. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, raw reactions, you will get that with the video. If you want nicely edited video, a nicely scripted one, you won't find that here. But if you just want a nitty gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you'll find that in this video here. And I'm watching right now RIOT. Plan on watching that one out of the opening gates. The level that I'm very curious about is that $60 mark. In fact, so much so I'm going to go ahead and get that alerted to the chat room here, and also just so you can see my flush point on the open. So that's if you're not familiar at claytrader.com, I do offer a private community where I give my thoughts, alerts, watch lists. Other people chime in too. So as you can see there, $60 is the level that I will be watching very closely to see if it wants to come into play or not. But a lot of downwards pressure on this one. And for those of you that are new also, believe it or not, you can make money when prices go down. That's known as going short, shorting a stock. So that's what I would be looking to do here. If it's looking like the price wants to break down below 60, then I'll try to make money from the price falling in the downwards direction. Again, that is known as going short. But all right, market opens up here in less than 2 minutes. I'll go ahead and pause for now. All right, the markets are now open. I'm actually thinking 60.50 might be the point, but quick down there to that $60 mark. I don't want to take it on that first minute. It opened up way at 61. So that's a dollar move all the way to the downside there. Bit too stretched for me. That's exactly why. You can see it's trying to bounce upwards now. So we'll see if this bounce wants to play out first here a little bit. Take a look at CCIV. That one's pulling back a bit here. Just looking around. Whoops. Trying to get. Let's go back to Riot here. All right, yeah. All right, what is that? 60.25. I like 60.25 now. If it can come back into play here, even 60.50. But to be fair, maybe this is the start of a bigger bounce. But if 60.50 wants to come back into play, I like it. So we'll see. First stop, we'll need to be getting down below 61. But to be fair, this could very well be the start of a bigger bounce. I don't know. So that's why just waiting for some confirmation. So as of right now, bounce back upwards. Let's come over here to CCIV. And $60 looks interesting on this one. So we'll see what it wants to do. I'm going to keep a close eye on Riot. Come on. There we go. Yeah, 62, I'm going to get updated here at Riot. 62, flush point, 1 minute. But like I said, maybe this is the start of a bigger bounce to the upside. Would like to see this get up over 64, and then I would be interested at 63 for a short. So step one, get above 64, completed. Now let's see if this thing wants to come back down to 63, to which I would be interested in a short. Maybe even around 63.50. Okay, in at 63.11. Took out 200 at 62.50. Let's see if it wants to come back down here. Could still be a losing trade. Not as big of a losing trade because I've lowered my position size and taken some off for profit, but it could still be a losing trade. So I'm not out of the woods yet. Going to go ahead and take out 200 more there for a loss just because, I don't know. Yep, so $23. So I did walk away with the gain, but not much just because I think this thing might want to move back upwards here. Could be wrong, but I started to get the move, and I was planning on this thing to really work in my favor nicely because, I mean, I got, what, 61 cents on that opening allotment, but then it snapped back up, and you can see this tight little range here. So if this thing gets over 63.50, I could see it making a snap to the upside. So a very neutral trade there. Walked away with it. Going to wait for 62 now. If this thing wants to come back down to 62, I'd be interested. But now, see, look at this tight little range. There it goes. Up through 63.50. We'll see if that gets it moving again. Yeah, and now back up over 64. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking and felt like might be happening, and there it does. So I'll take it. I'm happy with the $23 there. Well, that was disappointing, though. Things are looking so... But again, 63. I like 63 if it comes back into play. What is going on with my charts? I do like 63. No, that's not even... This one's getting kind of goofy here on me. All right, well, there was a trade that started off looking like it was going to be fantastic, and it was fantastic. Like I said, got in at 63.11, took out 200 at 62.50. That was 61 cents in my favor. Was getting ready to watch this thing get down below 62, and then just like that, it didn't, and went into stubborn mode. So I'll set that one aside for now. Let's go check on... Still like 60 here on CCIV. That could be an interesting area. And still, I'm still intrigued by Riot. It just wasn't quite behaving like I wanted to see it behave. Yeah, break above 65. Then I could be interested at 64. But step one's got to be get above 65. Let's see if it can get up there through 65 first. Getting close. Can it get up through 65? Knocking on the door. Now the question is, was that close enough? Yeah, it was. In at 64.22. Got the breakdown through 64. Now can we get some follow through is the question. Took out 200. This thing does not. All right. So, okay, another winning trade, but only up $93. Got the move down, then the thing bounced back up on me. This thing does not want to quite roll over. All right, well, I'm winning. I'm just not winning very smoothly. I'm not getting any, just nice, smooth, yeah. I mean, in a sick and twisted way. I'm glad I'm catching this on video because this is kind of just a good example of, hey, this is how trading goes sometimes. You'll, all right, just a minute. I need to stop talking. What's going on with Tesla here? What is that, 758? Let me get that alerted, 758. Flush point, 1 minute. That's an interesting area. Big spike, but looking like it actually CCIV also. This area up here, 63.25. Maybe that's an area to get long. And I get that alerted CCIV, 63.25. Upside break point. I'm still kind of bearish bias on this one though. Tesla though coming back down to that 758 area. Yeah, Riot just still. Do you want to roll over or not, my friend? It feels like this one. I mean, I want to be bearish biased on this one. It just feels like this thing could really go any direction right now. But wow, this has been a very non-smooth morning here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, I am once again interested in not Mara, but RIOT at 64 if it comes back into play. But as of right now, maybe this is a bigger breakout here. But this is exactly what I was feeling and just felt nervous about, and there it goes up. So, I mean, but I still feel like in Tesla, 758, still just hanging around. Doesn't want to go. In there at 758.83. Took on a little bit more risk because I anticipated a break. But like I said, if this thing can get down through 758, I think it can go pretty big. Patience may be required here on this one. So we'll see what it wants to do. But yeah, it's definitely looking like patience is going to be needed here. Maybe even 759 more so that level at. Well, I'm out there for a $700 loss, so down $640 now on that one. cannot risk it. So if this thing starts to really turn around, and that's what I got for not waiting for confirmation. I anticipated a bit much and paid the price for it, but I like the setup quite a bit. It did not quite work out, and now I can't risk having Tesla just, you know, go on some sort of, you know, bull move to the upside there. So as of now, yeah, down $640 on the day. And let's say 761, that's still an interesting area. $761.50. Yeah, that area right around there. Because you can always re-enter a position. That's why, yeah, I got out. Yeah, well, Clay, why would you want to get that? You could just keep holding. And that's true, I could keep holding, but if this is actually the start of something bigger, well then, as it seems to be right now, I don't want to watch this loss get bigger and bigger like it is right here. So 764, actually. That looks quite interesting. Want to see it close. Wow, that fast down below 764. Okay, got in at the back test there. So let's see this thing come down here a bit. I like to see it down below 763. Love this candle, love it. You know, I'm in at 764. Yeah, let's see if this thing wants to roll over some here. I'm not interested in taking any profit off the table until it can at least get down through 763. Or maybe I just got suckered back in on this one. I mean, that candle that just formed is fantastic, given the context of things. But as of now, things are not looking good at all. All right, well, I'm waiting to get my location of my stop loss here, which will be over 769 at this point. So 769 is my stop loss now. Because there's no way I'm adding to this position. So it's either going to stop me out and I'm going to be looking at a very nasty hole, or this thing is going to roll back over. But right now, it's not looking so good. See what it wants to do. Again, I'm in at 764. I mean, I got to think that this thing's, I mean, I don't think it's going to get down necessarily 758 or anything like that at this point, but I mean, like I said, I got my stop loss in place, so this thing's either going to put me deep into the hole and I'll have to just call it a day, or it's going to roll over and give me a chance at some profit here. But yeah, right now it's just, I'm at the mercy of Tesla. And got to be honest, not feeling so good about things. But I could be wrong. Maybe this thing does want to roll over. That's why And the context of things, my overall trading, it's not like I'm going to be blowing up my account. It's not like I'm, giving back 3 months worth of gains or anything like that. So there's nothing crazy going on from the loss perspective. It's just that, yeah, today will not be a pleasant day at all. But as of right now, all right, kind of make you up. Okay, watching 769 very closely. Would love to see it break down through 765. I would actually, my hope would return if this thing can get down below 765. But as of right now, I'm not feeling too hopeful. Oh, wow. All right, there we go. Okay, so I got a little bit of hope here. Still has work to do. But we'll see if this thing wants to actually get down below 764 now. So I'm cautiously optimistic now. But this could just be a little consolidation before it returns back up, and so be it. We'll see if it can get down through 764. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now. Well, I'll let it keep rolling here because it's looking like it might make a move. 764.50 now being that stubborn area. All right, got through it. Let's see if we can get down through 764. There we go. Again, it needs to get down through 763 for me to be able to take some profits off the table. Knocking on the door of 763. There we go. Took some off there. So have 50 shares left. Oh, I think that might have been the move. So I'll just take it. So down 545. And yeah, so still down in the hole, not as much of his hole as it could have been, but I had my stop loss. And think about it, I didn't panic out on that, right? Sometimes when a price starts to go against you, you're like, uh-oh. I let it stabilize out, which was 769, and then right there, things were not looking so good. But again, didn't panic out, followed the chart, and then ultimately did roll back over. So still down $500, not pleasant, but yeah. So because I didn't, had that, like I said, had that been a loss, that I would have been out, and I would have been, I would have been done for the day. But it wasn't a loss. So let's see what else I can find. Wow, we're at 24 minutes already. mRNA, 166. I know this one's kind of choppy right now. Not a whole lot of volume. All right, it's looking interesting here. Yeah, 65.50. I do like 65.50 if it can. Granted, Riot has not played too nicely, but I'm still not willing to give up on it. 50. Yeah. Could be a nice little scalp. Yeah, 65.75. Five minutes got me a little worried on it though. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, like right here again, same thing I've been doing. Step one, let's see it get up over 68, and then I like 67.50. But first it's got to get above 68. So there's a break above 68, now watching 67.50. To be fair, maybe this is maybe this is a legitimate breakout. That could be the case. But yeah, I'm looking at 67.50. Let's see. What is that? I actually already bounced off that. Yes, I'm just talking to myself right now. Okay, coming back down. Back up it goes. Yeah, 67.60 seems to be that key point. All right, well, I will go ahead and pause for now. I'm going to keep a very close eye on 67.60. All right, watching CCIV here, 59.50. And I missed it. How did I miss that? I don't know how I missed it, but I did. So we'll go back over to Riot here. And this thing just continues to grind higher. All right, I will go ahead and pause. All right, I'm watching 67.85 here. Yeah, 67.85. If that breaks, gonna get short. And 67.85. Coming down. In at 67.81. Got the confirmation. Let's see if we can get this thing to actually pull back now and break down. The 2 minute looks amazing right now. Um, 67.85. I will look to add. If that comes back into play, I'm going to add to the position here. But it needs to come back into play. See what it wants to do. And again, for context wise, I'm okay if I'm over $1,000 in the red today, just because I have context of previous weeks and stuff like that, and I will be just fine. Now, if this was like the first day of a month or something like that, okay, that's a much different situation, but that's not the case here. So I'm okay. I feel comfortable. If I ended up taking over $1,000 day, I'll be okay. But that is definitely always a matter of circumstances. I mean, if I've had 10 over $1,000 days in a row, there's a problem there, right? But that's not the case. Like I said, 67.75. If it comes back down there, I will be looking to add. In at 67.88 now. Now I have 1,000 shares. So let's see if we can finally get this breakdown to get moving here. Took out 500. Let's give this thing a little breathing room to start to pull back here, though. Would like to see it down below 67. I'm giving it time. Trying to give it time here. 67.30 is kind of an random stubborn area. Yeah, see those? There we go. Can that be what springs it down below 67? Knocking on the door. There we go. Took it out another 200. And let's just go with 100 now. Love to see this thing start to get some momentum down. At least down through 66.75 would be great. And I'm just going to hop out there, and hey, look at that. Up $135. And in all actuality, full transparency's sake, I should probably already be up in the green because Tesla has continued to come down. When I got in at that, and again, like I said, full transparency, I was in, and this is why you don't want to panic out. Got my stop loss, followed the stop loss, and had I been more patient, like I said, full transparency, that one of these moves might have actually got me out. But I mean, well, really, all it had to do was go down to 760. 760 would have been an $800 gain, which would have been already out. So while we're at 33 minutes, and yeah, and Riot, I'll just pull it up right now. I was looking at my, still not necessarily, kind of just bouncing around here, but there it was, bounced up, came back down. Glad I added. By adding, it allowed me to make a nice trade there. But and again, from a money management standpoint, that's all, and that I'll try, maybe that'll be the main core learning lesson here, is that's all dependent. For me, I'm feeling fine. So if it would have been over $1,000 loss, that's okay. But if you're sitting in a situation where you're, and I'm making this up, if it's like the last day of the month and you're up $750, you should probably not be saying, hey, you know what, it's okay. I'm okay with losing over $1,000 today, because that would just totally wipe away your entire month, right? That's not smart. Now, if you're up, and I'm not saying this is the case, if you're up $100,000, because I'm trying to show it's all subjective. If you're up $100,000 and it's the last day of the month, you could be sitting there saying, you know what, I'm good with taking $25,000 loss today. Now, for some people, like, wait, what? $25,000 loss? Well, but that's relatively speaking, right? I mean, last day of the month, you could still be up $75,000 on the month. So for me, yeah, I was okay with that, given where I stand, you know, just within the time structure of things. You know, that would have been disappointing. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to lose over $1,000, but everything would have been okay. Now, am I sitting here willing to lose over $2,500, $3,000, $4,000? No, absolutely not. But you know what that was. But also, that's why you got to trust the chart, trust the probabilities. That's why don't panic out. Let the chart establish itself, and then trust the chart. And you saw, you know, what could have been a much deeper hole had I panicked out. turn into a relatively small winning trade. And then, you know, found Riot, again, trusted the chart. And Riot, as we watch, does not want to cooperate today. It cooperated enough, obviously, to get me back to the green, but little dirty dog does not just want to, not that I thought the thing was just going to go straight down, but I mean, at least some sort of, you know, a little bit, instead of all these, you know, bounces, but it is what it is. So, and CCIV, yeah, I missed it, but yeah, oh, what a chop house. I was talking about 59.50, and yeah, that would have worked out eventually, but I mean, that would have been a lot of patience required there for that move to finally come about. But I am going to just go ahead and wrap things up. So, yeah, if you're still here right now, 35 minutes in, seriously, thank you. As far as I'm concerned, we are now friends, and I appreciate you hanging out for me this long. But if you do enjoy these videos, one final thing on my end, please, because these are not easy to make, because they really are live. So I have to think about what I'm going to do for myself. I have to actually execute the trades. I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. I have to talk to you. I have to think about what I'm going to alert in the chat room. I have to type up those alerts in the chat room. So there's just a lot going on. So while these videos are 100% possible, they are a hassle. But I will keep doing them. I will keep putting up with the hassle as long as I know that there's interest in. How do you communicate that there's interest? How do you communicate that you do want me to keep making these? Two quick things. Hit the like button. Leave a simple comment. The comment could be as easy as a thumbs up emoji, a diamond hands emoji, you know, anything, a rocket ship emoji, any emoji, and hitting that like button communicates to me that these are worth my time. And as long as I know they're worth my time, I'll put up with the hassle and I'll keep doing them. But like I said, those two things go a long way. Then, of course, check out the channel. Hope you like what you see enough to subscribe, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber. But those two things, as far as these videos are concerned, truly do go a long way, because I'm always monitoring the interest. Are these videos still worth my time? Are they still worth my time? And by doing those things, you know, that communicates to me that they are. So now what is going on with Dish? Oh, nah, not even a million shares traded yet, which you can see right there. No thanks. No thanks. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for hanging out. And yeah, quite the wild day of trading here, but that's sometimes how it goes. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.